A while back, I did a video on ranking every minisode of the 2010 Cartoon Network show Adventure Time, and I haven't made it a dedicated video on any cartoon since. Now, I have grown a lot as a YouTuber this past year, so I want to try again with a different series. I considered doing Steven Universe, a regular show, but eventually landed on OK KO, Let's Be Heroes. I'll probably do those shows one day, as well as re-rank the Adventure Time minisodes, so don't worry, but I am glad I picked this one. For one, OK KO is very underrated, despite YouTube views may lead you to think otherwise. Kinda sad how this is the only remnants of the show left that you can't watch anywhere, huh? Let's not focus on the negatives here. I'm sure, like the show, these will be fun. And so, this is a video game themed channel, which fits my channel. Sorry, video game themed show, which fits my channel. As always, we'll be putting these on a tier list. So, let's start with Lakewood Plaza Turbo, the pilot. Right off the bat, Riggy is a fun... Oh, wait, this is the wrong pilot. Okay, right pilot. This image kind of says it all. I don't think the pilot's great, but for what it is, it's fine. While the animation's actually good, the art style is not my favorite. With the only two characters that look kind of like them in the show is Mr. Gar and Daryl. Considering this is the pilot, you have to introduce the concepts in the show, which I think they do kind of weirdly. The plot focuses on KO and Rad's relationship, with KO thinking that Rad perpetrated the front sign for almost no reason. Both KO and Rad act weird here, with KO wanting to beat up Rad because he was holding a green spray can at one point, and Rad being perfectly okay with beating up KO, a child, despite being his coworker and friend. Enid doesn't really play a huge part in the pilot, despite being a major character, although she's fine here, being the everyman of sorts. Despite the pilot's major flaws, there were some parts towards the end I had a lot of fun with. I thought the scene with Carol was pretty fun, and where KO did a Phoenix Wright objection was pretty fun. I'm gonna give it C tier for, well, being objectively bad. I can cut some flag for being the pilot and having fun moments. So, is that the ending of the bad art style? Well... Okay, now technically this isn't the art style of the pilot, but it's even worse now. Okay, I like this shot of KO and Rad, but other than that, I don't really like it. This is the entertain... No, it isn't. But the minisode gives more of a focus to Enid, which on paper I like, considering she was shafted in the pilot, but... Okay, I apologize for the amount of brain rot, but the writers are basically Enid Gooners. The first half consists of Enid going, "Enid's so cool," and the ending has the team break Enid's desk. So what do? Why, KO and Rad becomes Enid's desk, of course. That feels like a Taylor-specific interest to one of the writers. Also, why would Enid just be okay with this? And why would Rad be so okay to do this as well? I'm sorry, but this, combined with the bad art style, puts this in F tier. We've had a rough start. Let's hope things get better. Finally, after 2 minisodes with not so great quality, we have our first one I like. This has by far my favorite art style to it so far, looking very clean. The plot's entertaining too, being a great introduction to KO. We see his determination become stronger as a hero and his life working for Gar's Bodega. The short conveys how, despite having the heart, he still needs to practice a lot before being a perfect hero, as although he had no intention to, he did destroy the bodega because of his new slide move, and yet, when challenged to clean the bodega by himself, he accepts it, showing he, above all, wants to be helpful. The time to focus on KO is greatly needed, despite him being the main character. I felt I hadn't gotten a good idea of his personality until now. On top of that, the side characters are entertaining, although I did wish we could see more of them. Enid, Rad, and Gar are there, but I like seeing Carol in this. Overall, I give it A tier. Let's hope they can continue this quality. Fortunately, the good minisode train continues. I'm not too keen on the art style, but it works. The plot's also pretty solid too, a pretty good introduction to Rad. Like, with the KO minisode, Rad, to put it best, is just a chill guy and a show-off. I think this short conveys that while he wants to show off and be cool, he is pretty easily flustered, wanting validation that he's cool. He and Kay also have a big and little brother dynamic, as while they sometimes butt heads, they do think they're both cool in their own right. I like seeing Daryl as well, and the way they defeated him was cool. I still give it A tier, even if the animation's worse. On to the next minisode. The final minisode purely named after a main character in the show. Carol. KO's mom. Yeah, like with the Enid minisode, it's just a character aura farming, but a lot better because the ending's pretty wholesome and the animation's really good. I like Carol a lot as a character, and I love her relationship with KO, showing nothing but love to him. We don't see a lot of her compared to the main three, but it's cool seeing her every so often. With that said, there isn't a lot of substance with it, which is why it's going in B tier. This may be my favorite minisode yet, due to how funny it is. The main plot consists of Enid getting stressed at work, which is understandable. So what does she do to deal with the stress of work? Why, open a soul-sucking vortex and eat everyone's soul, of course. KO, knowing she's stressed, tells her, and I quote, "Get it together, Enid," only for Enid to eat his soul, to which he's perfectly fine. Look, we all have crash outs, but the way they tackled this one is so over the top that I just chuckle every time I see it. This minisode isn't just kicks and giggles either, as it's got a good message of don't be afraid to ask for help. As once Ida comes down, she and KO talk for real. It's pretty wholesome, all things considered. I think we have our first S tier of the video. Yeah, this was just a fun nod to video games, particularly that one loot box in gaming. The ring box from Sonic! I also liked all the little Castlevania and Zelda nods. Overall, solid A tier. Like with the last one, being a reference to a gaming reference, this is a parody on commercials. I really like the blooper reel gag a lot, as someone who enjoys behind the scenes and cut content. Nothing much to it, A tier. We have a lot of A tiers. I think this one does a good job showing the trio's dynamic. Well, KO and Rad being goobers and Enid just chilling with them. Somebody make Rad's and Sonic Racing crossroads. I like this one a little less than the last two, which is why it's B tier. Okay, this short completely destroyed my expectations. What were the crazy writers who wrote this? Raj cries at a video because a dog on a skateboard's so cool that he wants to bro out with him. And look, I don't want to spoil the ending, but it is a fever dream and a half. Can we also acknowledge how well animated this minisode is? The past minisodes have all been well animated, but this one in particular is really fluid. So, for both of these factors, I think we'll have our second S tier. Why is KO's and Rad's relationship just Mondo and Chihiro's relationship from Danganronpa, and why haven't I realized that? Okay, so these last minisodes apparently don't count. Apparently these last few I found in these playlists are actually clips of the show. I don't know why these are considered minisodes, but the wiki doesn't list them, so we're done, I guess. Well, here's my final tier list. These are pretty fun to look back and watch, all things considered. It's really a shame that there's no legal way to watch the full show now. Well, look on the bright side. At least we have these minisodes and tons of clips on the show. I believe if more videos like these happen, then there's a chance we can bring the show back. This video was originally going to end negatively, but you know what? I have hopes things will turn out better this year. After all, if this show taught us anything, it's to not go it alone. Well, as always, thank you for watching, and thanks for everyone's support these 2 years.